The champagne flute shattered against the marble floor of the penthouse suite, sending shards skittering like accusations across the room. Billionaire Harrington, the 32-year-old heir to a media empire worth billions, stood frozen, his lips still tingling from the kiss that had just upended his meticulously controlled life. In that instant, as his fiancée's scream pierced the air, he realized the man he just embraced wasn't just a waiter from the gala downstairs. He was the catalyst for a truth Milo had buried for years. It all started 3 months earlier at the annual Harrington Foundation Gala in Manhattan. Milo, dressed in a bespoke tuxedo that screamed old money, surveyed the room with his trademark arrogance. He was the golden boy of New York's elite. Sharp jawline, piercing blue eyes, and a reputation for closing deals that left competitors in ruins. His family expected him to announce his engagement to Victoria Langford that night, sealing an alliance between two powerhouse dynasties. But as he navigated the sea of designer gowns and forced smiles, his gaze landed on Ethan Ramirez, a 28-year-old waiter balancing trays with quiet efficiency. Ethan was everything Milo wasn't. Unassuming, with warm brown eyes, tousled dark hair, and a smile that seemed genuine in a room full of facades. He worked 2 jobs to support his immigrant family in Queens, dreaming of opening his own community center someday. That night, as Ethan refilled Milo's glass, their hands brushed, a spark that Milo dismissed as nothing. But when a tipsy guest spilled red wine on Milo's shirt, Ethan was there, guiding him to a back room with a calm assurance that cut through the chaos. "You're not like the others here," Milo muttered, watching Ethan dab at the stain with practiced ease. Ethan chuckled softly. "And you're exactly like them, entitled but maybe with a hint of something real underneath." The words stung, but they intrigued Milo. He found himself lingering, asking about Ethan's life. Ethan spoke of his struggles, coming out to his conservative Latino family, facing rejection but pushing forward. Milo, who had never admitted his own attractions to anyone, felt a crack in his armor. By the end of the night, they'd exchanged numbers under the guise of networking. Milo told himself it was just curiosity. Over the next weeks, curiosity turned into clandestine meetings. Coffee in hidden cafes, walks in Central Park at dusk. Milo justified it as friendship, but each encounter peeled back layers. Ethan challenged him. "Why do you hide behind that billionaire mask? What's it costing you?" Milo deflected, but internally, turmoil brewed. His father, Reginald Harrington, a stern patriarch who'd built the empire from nothing, preached traditional values. Family legacy above all, he'd say. Coming out would mean disinheritance, scandal, the end of everything. Yet with Ethan, Milo felt alive, seen for who he was, not what he owned. One evening, in a dimly lit Brooklyn bar, Ethan leaned in. "Milo, this isn't just friendship for me. But if you're not ready, I'll walk away." Milo's heart raced. He grabbed Ethan's hand, pulling him close. Their first kiss was tentative, then fervent, a release of pent-up denial. But as passion faded, guilt crashed in. Milo pulled back. "This can't happen. I have obligations." Ethan's eyes filled with hurt. Obligations? Or fear? Milo stormed out, but the seed was planted. He threw himself into work, finalizing the engagement to Victoria. She was perfect on paper, beautiful, ambitious, from a similar world. But nights were haunted by thoughts of Ethan. Then came the confrontation. Victoria, sensing his distance, hired a private investigator. Photos of Milo and Ethan surfaced during a family dinner. Reginald exploded. "This is a phase. You'll ruin us." Milo denied it at first, but Ethan's name on his lips betrayed him. "It's not a phase, Dad. It's me." The room fell silent. Victoria slapped him and left. Reginald issued an ultimatum. End it or lose everything. That night, Milo called Ethan. "I can't do this. It's over." Ethan's voice broke. "You choose them over us? Over yourself?" Milo hung up, but sleep evaded him. Was this the price of authenticity? The next day, paparazzi swarmed. Headlines screamed, Harrington heirs secret gay affair. Stocks dipped. Friends distanced themselves. Milo's world cracked. In desperation, he sought Ethan at his diner job. I was wrong. Help me fix this. Ethan hesitated. Fix what? Your image or your heart? Their eyes met, and Milo knew. The real battle was just beginning. Milo paced his office atop the Harrington Tower, the New York skyline mocking his isolation. The board meeting loomed, where he'd face shareholders demanding explanations for the plummeting stock. Reginald had already frozen his accounts, forcing Milo to dip into personal savings. Prove your loyalty, his father had snarled. But loyalty to what? A facade that suffocated him? Ethan, meanwhile, dealt with his own fallout. Reporters hounded his Queens apartment, labeling him the homewrecker waiter. His mother, Maria, a devout Catholic, confronted him. Is this true? You're with that rich man. Ethan nodded, tears stinging. Mom, I love him, but it's complicated. Maria crossed herself. Love? This will destroy you. Think of your siblings. They look up to you. Ethan's younger brother, Carlos, overheard and sneered. Great. Now we're the freak family. The words cut deep, echoing Ethan's fears of letting them down. Despite the pain, Ethan texted Milo, We need to talk, not hide. They met in a nondescript motel outside the city, away from prying eyes. Milo arrived disheveled, his arrogance stripped. I've lost everything. Victoria's suing for breach of promise. Dad's threatening to cut me out. Ethan listened, then said, You haven't lost everything. You have a chance to be free, but only if you fight for it. Milo shook his head. Fight? With what? I'm broke, exposed. That's your privilege talking, Ethan replied sharply. I've fought my whole life. Coming out cost me friends, jobs, but I gained myself. The argument escalated. Milo accused Ethan of naivety. You don't understand high society. One wrong move and legacies crumble. Ethan fired back. And you don't understand real struggle. Money shields you from the world's judgment. Try being gay and poor. They parted angry, but the words lingered. Milo returned to the city, determined to reclaim control. He called a press conference, intending to deny the affair as a misunderstanding. But as cameras flashed, he saw Ethan's face in his mind. The rumors are true, he admitted. I'm gay, and I'm in love with Ethan Ramirez. Gasps echoed. Social media erupted. Supporters praised his bravery. Detractors called for boycotts. Reginald disowned him publicly. Millowender is no longer part of this family. Ethan watched from his diner, stunned. Customers whispered, some leaving tips with notes of encouragement, others glaring. His boss pulled him aside. This drama's bad for business. Take a leave. Jobless now, Ethan faced eviction. He called Milo, Your confession. It's brave, but it's costing me too. Milo rushed over, finding Ethan packing boxes. I'll help. Move in with me. Ethan laughed bitterly. To your penthouse? That's not equality. That's dependency. The rejection stung Milo. What do you want from me? Honesty. Partnership. Not rescue. They talked through the night, unpacking emotions. Milo revealed his childhood. Suppressed feelings, boarding schools where vulnerability was weakness. Ethan shared his immigration story. Fleeing violence in Mexico, building a life amid prejudice. By dawn, a fragile truce formed. Milo vowed to rebuild independently, starting a new venture focused on LGBTQ+ rights. Ethan agreed to give them a chance, but on equal terms. Yet threats loomed. Victoria, fueled by betrayal, leaked private emails to tabloids, twisting words to paint Milo as manipulative. Protests formed outside Harrington offices, some violent. One night, as they walked home, a heckler shouted slurs, throwing a bottle that grazed Ethan's arm. Blood trickled, and Milo's rage boiled. "This is what I feared." Ethan bandaged it calmly. "And this is what I've lived. We face it together or not at all." Milo realized. Love demanded sacrifice beyond words. Months passed, and Milo's new startup, Equality Media, gained traction. He poured his remaining funds into it, producing content amplifying queer voices. Investors trickled in, drawn to his authenticity. But personal life frayed. Living together in a modest Brooklyn apartment, Milo's choice to prove commitment tested them. Ethan found work at a nonprofit advocating for immigrant rights. Their days meshed. Shared meals, debates over news. But nights brought demons. Milo woke from nightmares of disinheritance, snapping at Ethan over trivialities. "You're still that arrogant billionaire," Ethan accused during one fight. "Thinking money solves everything." Milo retorted, "And you're too proud to accept help." The tension peaked when Reginald summoned Milo to the family estate in the Hamptons. "Reconsider," his father urged. "End this farce, Mary Victoria. The empire needs you." Milo wavered. The opulence reminded him of lost comforts. "What if I can't? Then you're dead to me." Driving back, Milo confided in Ethan. "Part of me wants to go back." Ethan's face hardened. "Then go. But don't drag me down." Hurt, Milo sought solace from old friends, attending a secret elite party. There, temptation struck. A former flame, Marcus, flirted aggressively. "You've changed, Milo, but deep down you're one of us." In a moment of weakness, Milo kissed Marcus. Regret hit instantly. He fled, confessing to Ethan that night. Ethan's world shattered. Betrayal? After everything. Tears streamed. "It was a mistake. I was scared." Ethan packed a bag. Scared? Try heartbroken. He left for his mother's, ignoring calls. Alone, Milo spiraled. Stocks in his startup dipped amid rumors. He confronted Marcus, who smirked. "Victoria paid me to tempt you. Proof you're unstable." Fury ignited. Milo exposed the setup online, rallying supporters. But the damage to his relationship was done. Ethan, at Maria's, grappled with forgiveness. Carlos, softening, advised. "He messed up, but he chose you publicly. That's something." Maria added, "Love isn't perfect, but hiding is worse." Ethan returned, not for reconciliation, but confrontation. "Why, Milo?" Milo broke down. "Fear of losing it all again. But I lost you instead." They rebuilt slowly, therapy sessions revealing deep-seated issues. Milo's internalized homophobia, Ethan's trust wounds from past rejections. Society's pressure mounted. A conservative group sued Equality Media for promoting deviance. Protests turned ugly with death threats. One rally, Ethan spoke, "We're not threats. We're people loving despite odds." A counter-protester lunged, but Milo shielded him, taking a punch. Bruised, they stood united. Yet Reginald plotted. He offered Ethan money to leave Milo. "For your family's sake." Ethan refused. "Love isn't for sale." The rejection enraged Reginald, who leaked Ethan's immigration history, questioning its legality. ICE agents knocked. Ethan faced deportation fears, though papers were valid. Milo hired lawyers, but stress fractured them anew. "This is my fault," Milo lamented. Ethan snapped, "No, it's society's. But we fight or fold." Their bond, tested, strengthened through adversity. The deportation hearing loomed like a guillotine. Ethan's papers were legitimate, but Reginald's influence muddied waters with fabricated claims. Milo testified, admitting his father's vendetta. "This is revenge for my truth." The judge ruled in Ethan's favor, but the ordeal left scars. Media painted Ethan as opportunistic, Milo as reckless. Post-hearing, they escaped to a cabin upstate for respite. There, away from chaos, intimacy deepened, not physical but emotional. Milo shared vulnerabilities. I was raised to conquer, not feel. Ethan confessed. I push people away to avoid hurt. A breakthrough came during a hike. Milo proposed partnership in equality media. Equals, not savior and saved. Ethan accepted, infusing immigrant perspectives. Back in the city, success bloomed. A viral campaign boosted funding. Celebrities endorsed them. But betrayal struck again. Victoria, unrepentant, allied with Reginald for a hostile takeover of Milo's startup. Board members wavered. Milo fought in meetings, exposing manipulations. This isn't business. It's personal warfare. Ethan uncovered evidence. Forged documents. They went public, turning tide. Reginald, cornered, suffered a heart attack. At the hospital, Milo faced him. Why destroy me? Weakly, Reginald admitted, fear of change, of losing you. Milo softened. You lost me by not accepting. Reginald whispered, I'm sorry. Recovery brought tentative reconciliation. Reginald stepped down, naming Milo's successor with conditions lifted. But joy was short-lived. Ethan's health faltered. Stress triggered anxiety attacks. Doctors advised rest. Milo insisted on a break. We've paid enough. During recovery, old wounds reopened. Ethan questioned, is this worth it? The constant battle? Milo reassured, but doubt crept in. A turning point. Ethan's nonprofit hosted a gala. Milo attended as partner, not mogul. There, a young attendee shared, your story saved me from hiding. Inspired, they recommitted. Yet society pushed back. A bill threatening LGBTQ+ rights gained traction. They lobbied, facing politicians echoing Reginald's views. One senator sneered, your lifestyle undermines families. Ethan countered, love strengthens them. The bill failed, a victory, but personal cost mounted. Carlos distanced himself again, influenced by peers. Maria mediated. Give him time. Milo and Ethan pondered parenthood, but societal barriers loomed. In quiet moments, Milo asked, what if we can't have it all? Ethan replied, we have each other. That's enough. Their love, forged in fire, endured. Years blurred into a tapestry of triumphs and trials. Equality media expanded into a global force, advocating for marginalized voices. Milo and Ethan married in a private ceremony, defying odds. Headlines shifted from scandal to inspiration. But shadows lingered. Reginald's passing left a complex inheritance. The empire with strings of conservative board members. Milo navigated, pushing progressive reforms. Resistance brewed, whispers of ousting him. Ethan's family thawed. Maria attended their anniversary, blessing them. Carlos apologized. I was wrong. You're happy. Yet happiness fractured when Ethan discovered Milo's secret meetings with Victoria. Not romantic, but business. Negotiating peace for the company. Why hide it? Ethan demanded. Milo explained. To protect you from more pain. Trust eroded. Secrets started this mess. They separated briefly, Ethan staying with friends. Reflection hit Milo hard. His arrogance persisted, assuming he knew best. He publicly stepped down from Harrington Empire, focusing solely on their joint venture. No more divided loyalties. Ethan returned, forgiving but wary. One more lie, and it's over. Society evolved slowly. Pride parades featured them as icons, but backlash persisted. Online trolls vandalized offices. One attack. Their apartment burgled, slurs spray-painted. Police dismissed it as random, but Ethan suspected orchestration. Investigation revealed a disgruntled ex-employee, fueled by homophobia. Court victory brought closure, but paranoia set in. Amidst, they mentored youth. A teen, Jamie, mirrored Milo's past. Closeted in a wealthy family, Guiding him, Milo healed his own wounds. Ethan's dream realized, opening a community center in Queens, blending immigrant and LGBTQ plus support. Inauguration day, crowds cheered. But a protester disrupted. Abomination. Security intervened. But the incident shook Ethan. Will it ever end? Milo held him. We make it end one step at a time. Personal awakening deepened. Milo wrote a memoir, Bearing Soul. Sales soared. Donations flooded. Critics accused sensationalism. Ethan defended. It's truth, raw and real. Their bond tested ultimate when Ethan faced a cancer scare. Biopsy negative, but fear lingered. In hospital, Milo vowed, I'd trade everything for you. Ethan smiled. You already have. Recovery strengthened resolve. They adopted a child, navigating biases in the system. Little Mia brought joy, but challenges. School bullies echoing societal prejudices. They fought, advocating for inclusive policies. Through it all, decisions defined them. Choosing authenticity over ease, love over legacy. As Mia grew, so did their family battles. At 7, she came home crying, Why 2 dads? Kids say it's weird. Milo and Ethan explained gently, but internally, rage simmered. They sued the school for inadequate anti-bullying measures, winning reforms. Society's pendulum swung. Progressive laws passed, but conservative pushback intensified. A Supreme Court case threatened marriage equality. They rallied in D.C., speeches igniting crowds. Ethan, our love isn't a threat, it's a testament. Milo added, We've paid dearly, don't make others pay more. The court upheld rights, a collective exhale. But personal reckonings continued. Victoria, reformed after therapy, apologized. I was hurt, but wrong. Milo forgave, closing that chapter. Ethan's siblings fully embraced them, holidays blending cultures. Yet, in quiet, doubts surfaced. Milo confided, Sometimes I wonder if hiding would have been easier. Ethan nodded. But emptier. Their story inspired a film, consultations ensuring authenticity. Premiere night, standing ovation. But a review criticized, romanticizes struggle. Ethan pondered, does it? Or humanizes it? Aging brought reflection. At 50, Milo looked back. Betrayals, sacrifices, awakenings. One evening, watching Mia graduate, pride swelled. Later, Ethan asked, was it worth the price? Milo kissed him. Every scar. Their legacy. Centers nationwide. Laws changed. Lives touched. In twilight years, they retired to a coastal home, writing, mentoring. Final confrontation. A young relative, echoing Reginald, challenged, Your choices weakened the family. Milo responded, No, they redefined strength. Ethan added, Love isn't weakness, it's revolution. As sunset, they held hands, content. But was their path the right one, or did the costs outweigh the gains?